breast implant is under the radar of the health authority throughout the last 25 years. So what is very important for us as a manufacturer is to bring innovation, because we strongly believe that innovation leads to safety. How can we make an implant safer for the patient? I would like to show you a few things we have done with Motiva. Maybe you can see that we are the first company to have developed an implant with an electronic passport. And this provides the patient the best traceability, and at any time post-op, she will be able to approach a surgeon and they will be able to identify what implant she has. Even if she lives in a different country, even if the surgeon has retired. So traceability, again, is very important for the safety of the product. Our team of engineers have worked and studied the rheology of the gel, of the silicone gel. They have studied also ergonomy, and they have studied tribology. So let me explain you what I mean by the rheology of the gel. Under rheology, you have two families. You have the viscosity of the gel, and you have the elasticity of the gel. So the viscosity is how soft or how hard the gel feels. This gel, as you can see, feels extremely soft. And this is important because you want to reproduce a very natural breast. So low viscosity to have softness of the gel. What we also achieved with Motiva is super elastic gel. What do we mean by that? Is that we can put a tremendous stress on our implant and the gel will come back to its original shape. So we call that the memory of the gel. For that, you need super elastic silicone gel and shell. So inside is the gel, outside the very thin membrane here is the silicone elastomer. The combination of both enables Motiva to create the first generation of ergonomic implant. So what is ergonomy? Ergonomy is the interaction between human and object. Let's take an example. If we look at the car, especially the sport car, you have ergonomic seat that will embrace the back of the pilot. And the pilot needs this special seat, this ergonomic seat, because whatever their position, the seat will help them to maintain full speed. So now let's go back to our breast implant. What do we mean by ergonomy of implant? These are implants that, depending on the position of the patient, will change of shape. So let me illustrate this point. If the patient moves on the vertical position, the implant will take a very anatomical shape. If she lays on her back, the maximum point of projection of the implant will be in the middle. If she moves up, the maximum point of projection will be around the 1/3 of the height of the implant. So you achieve that because we have used the right rheology, the right viscosity and the right elasticity. Last but not least is the surface of our implant. We are the first company to have a nano surface. And the surface of the implant is very important because it is the interaction between the patient and the product. That's the surface. So again, first implant with a nano surface. It looks and feels very smooth. However, we have thousands of points of contact per square centimeter. In fact, we have 8,000 points of contact per square centimeter. And these very small pillars are very important because they help the implant to be very biologically compatible. And what we mean by that, what we want is to prevent the fibroblast alignment that is a natural reaction of the body to isolate any foreign material. And this nanosurface is helping us to develop more biocompatible products.